one of you, well, more than one of you in the panel talked about the cumbersomeness of having federal policy trying to interfere with free markets. And I think that's something that we on this side of the room need to always remember, that any time that we try to violate the laws of economics, it's like violating the laws of physics. And you can think about gravity as an example. The more you violate the laws of gravity, the harder the impact at the end. And that was one of the first things that my economics instructor taught me back when I was in college. And so I think that we on our side, again, need to be constantly reminded that the free market works best when it lets when the federal government doesn't have too heavy a hand. There was some conversation in here about the transparency related to the oil markets, and I would vigorously disagree with those comments because of this. If you say there's no transparency, that means that the buyers and sellers that are out there taking this oil and refining it know nothing about it. And that's not the case. That oil is being moved around, it's being it's being bought and sold and refined and put into finished product and being sold to an end user and being consumed. And so to say that there's no transparency in the market is just false, because buyers and sellers are out there, they're happy with the level of information that they have. If they weren't, then there would be no trading, there would be no commerce in those products. And so I would not like the panel to get too affixed to those comments, because they just are not true. And with that, I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
There's certainly some transparency in the market. I mean, it's working, but I think the best example of why there isn't enough information in the market is the explosiveness of the rail cars taking Bakken oil. The market really didn't know the composition of that oil, and the equipment wasn't really designed to deal with that oil. So I think that we're seeing physical manifestations of the fact that there isn't enough transparency in this market.